Hi, this is Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji. I'm here to do a reading for our Libras tonight for the month of July 2016. And this reading will cover aspects for you, kind of the general aspects for the month of July. It will also cover your career and finances, your health, and relationships. And as I'm shuffling, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the relationships. Are not necessarily always about romantic relationships, at least not this month. And so they're wanting to just let you know they're bringing in some other guidance regarding possibly some other relationships for some of you this month, rather than just the romance. And that's part of why I chose a different deck for that. All right, so I want that one. Okay, let us get started. So as many of you know, or you may have heard me mention before, I am a feng shui expert as well as an intuitive. And so, and a business coach as well, business and life coach. And so I will sometimes bring in other aspects related to those type of things that might give you a little bit more information and guidance. So we have the Ace of Earth coming through, and the Earth cards are all about how you make your money and what you need to know to be here on Earth and to be functioning in the world. And this is about an inflow of money coming in for you. The other piece that I'm seeing around this is I'm seeing you sign some sort of document or contract. So this could be related to, it could even be like an insurance contract. It could be a partnership agreement. It could be, the purchase of a piece of property, anything like that, and it looks good. So I just want to let you know that that's coming through and looking like a good path for you to be taking around that. Okay. Then we have Six of Air, and the air cards are all about the head, kind of the intellect, right? And the six, and I always like to kind of look at the six, is related to career. And in our Feng Shui Bagua, this is your Bagua. You can get a free copy of this on my website, findingyourfiji.com. Just grab my free gift, and that will give you the Bagua. But related to career, and so sort of the Six of Air, what I'm getting around this is related to your career, things are getting better. And so it's almost like you were in this space of just like darkness and not kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So for some of you, you were super busy at work and you're like, oh my gosh, like enough. And so you're finally starting to see the end of the tunnel. And it's not, when I used to work in claims years ago, I did that for about 17 years, insurance claims, and we used to say, one of our sayings was, oh, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a train, right? Not in this case. The light at the end of the tunnel is actually an opening, more spaciousness for you. So it is not a train, just to let you know that. And I do see you taking a vacation or some sort of trip that's going to help you just relax, and you're going to be like, oh, you need that time away. You need that time away. And so, and I do feel like it's a warm weather vacation because I do see sort of greenery around there. So it's somewhere that, where there's water and greenery and that type of thing. So it could even be lake cabin, something like that. All right. And then we have another Earth card, Two of Earth. And of course, two in Feng Shui is all about partnership. And the Earth cards, again, are about how you make your money. And this is, it's kind of one of those chaos cards. It's about like just having too much going on, like not being able to see which end is up. And part of this is about you needing to make a decision about what you can let go of. Because you're really saying yes to too much. Yeah. I don't know how else to say it to you. You're saying yes to too much, Libras. You're like, anytime it's like, oh yeah, can you do this for us? Yes. Can you do this for us? Yes. But it's not really a yes for you because you don't really want to do it. But you're just saying yes because you feel guilty saying no, or you're saying yes just because that's what flies out of your mouth, right? So stop that. And it's okay to renegotiate. If you said yes to something, you can go back and say, hey, I'm sorry, I checked my calendar and this isn't going to work out. Right? And the other piece of that is if somebody asks you something, you can say, hey, let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. Because that gives you the opportunity to really sit with it and feel, is this something that I want to do? Is this a hell yes? Or is it a hell no? Right? Which one is it? to be able to do that, sometimes it's hard to determine that right in that second, in that moment. And then, you know, checking in with your body. So you can do that muscle testing, and I'm just going to show you quickly. It's hard for me to remember which of these readings, the zodiac readings that I've shown about the muscle testing, but they're encouraging me to show you again. And so this is, you can do it with your fingernails. So put your middle finger on top of your, the nail of your index finger. And a yes is going to be like nice and smooth. And a no, here, I'll just move this up so you can see it. So yes will be nice and smooth as you go across that. And a no is going to kind of stick, right? A no is like sticky. Can you see that? Yeah. So that's, and there's a number of different ways that you can do muscle testing, of course, on yourself, but that's one of the ways to check. And so if you want to check in the moment, you can do that, but the only issue is you've got to make sure that you are centered and grounded when you check in, when you use this, right? Because that method is only as good as you are centered and grounded. And so just remember that. And then the other piece of this is just to be more playful about whatever decisions you do have to make, and just kind of look at things lighthearted, like what's fun? What would be fun for you? What lights you up? Rather than like, oh, you know, this person's going to be mad if I don't do this or that. You know, don't make decisions based on that. Please don't. That does not benefit them, and it does not, sure as heck does not benefit you. So, all right, let's move on. We're going to move on to the financial and career aspects for our Libras for the month of July 2016. My mom was a Libra. She's been gone, oh gosh, well, since 2004, so 12 years. And one of the traditions, my dad is almost 92, and so he's still around all these years, and my mom's been gone quite a while. So every year on 4th of July, he wants to go to the cemeteries. And the reason he chooses 4th of July, he does go at Memorial Day also, but his dad, 80 years ago, his dad died on the 4th of July. So he was only 12 years old when that happened, or he was almost 12. He wasn't even quite 12 because he would have turned 12 in August, and it happened July 4th. So he was 11 when his dad died, and on the 4th of July. And so he always goes to visit the gravesite of his mom and dad, and of course my mom, his wife, the same day. And so we are doing that tomorrow on 4th of July, which is, it's a nice thing to be able to go with him on that day. So looking forward to that. Oh, and get this, so my dad still dances. They had he lives in sort of a retirement community type of thing, independent living or whatever, but they had a 4th of July party on Friday, and I went for lunch with him, and they had a band called Beachcomber Bob. Those of you that are from Minnesota would know this band, I'm sure. And it's just a one-man band, literally. And Beachcomber Bob, he's the guy. And so they were playing music, and my dad wanted to dance. So I was dancing with my dad. We're outside in this parking lot. It was a hoot. So much fun. And he still got it. Like he still can really, really dance. So imagine yourself at 92 still being able to dance, right? That's the kind of life I want to have, where I'm, you know, just healthy, happy, excited about living life and still in that zone. So just sharing that little tidbit with you guys. All right, so for finances, for our Libras for the month of July, and this is financial and career aspects, we have Indigo and Crystal Children. This is Archangel Metatron. And Metatron I always think of as sort of our organization guy. He helps with organization, but what's coming through around this is about the bond that you have with children. So if you work with children, you know, that of course would make a lot of sense for you. If you don't work with children but you have your own children, you might have children that are more sensitive. So those sort of indigo and crystal children, or you may be volunteer or something like that with children. But part of what you can do around this is you have the ability to connect with these children that are more sensitive. So even if it is like a niece or nephew, that type of thing, you're able to connect with them, and they're just encouraging you to do that. All right. And then we have the leadership card, which is Archangel Gabriel. And so really, I always feel like this card is about stepping into that leadership role. It's time for you to step up, right? And be that leader that you're meant to be. And Archangel Gabriel is sort of the messenger angel. And she helps you sort of own that power that you have to be a leader and to be able to lovingly guide others, right? Because that's what being a leader is about, is it's really about guiding, having that ability to guide and lead others. And so she wants to help you step into that role. So if you're not in that role already within your career, I would be seeking out some opportunities around that. And sometimes the guidance or the leadership piece can just be teaching a class. It can be, that type of thing, or starting a group, starting a community on Facebook even, that type of thing. Okay. All right. And then we have Archangel Raziel, this clairvoyance card, and this came up for our Virgos as well, but this is for Libras, and this is related to our clairvoyance, of course, is how one of the ways that we take in information, and this is being able to see. So kind of opening that spiritual sight, kind of opening that third eye, if you will. And a big piece of this for Archangel Raziel is opening that third eye and that visualization so that you can see all the love that's all around you. Because we're never alone. We're always supported by our angels, our guides, people that have passed over, that type of thing. And so Archangel Raziel just wants you to be aware of that you're never alone, that you literally, the visualization my guides gave me the other day is, I had a dream that on the one side of me there was one man, and on the other side was another, and we were sitting in these seats, and I felt very cocooned and very safe and very protected. And so what they shared with me is that's how I in life. Like, I'm really safe and protected. I've got people around me supporting me, right? Even when I feel sometimes like I'm alone when I'm doing this, business and all of that. So just to let you know that you are never alone, that you always have help, and all you have to do is ask, open your mouth and ask, right? Okay. So let's move on to the health and the healing aspects for the month of July for our Libras. Let's see what we have for you here. Okay. That one. And that one. Oh, that one? Is it that? Nope. This one. Okay. So what do we've got? So regarding your health, it's really time to get another opinion about what's going on with you. And so sometimes we get in a situation where we have doctors or different people that we're seeing, and they're almost like they've been dealing with it too long, so that they're too close to the situation, they can't see the solution. Or you just need a different perspective. You might need a more holistic perspective to help get the answers that are going to help you shift your health and get into a better state of being around that. And then staying positive is super important. So this is Archangel Raphael, who's our healing angel, and really just letting you know that your mind does affect your health. And it is, the way you think and talk about your health. They're wanting me to clarify around the talking. So if you're telling everyone how crappy you feel all the time, that's not helpful. Okay? And I understand that you maybe have people that you commiserate with or that type of thing, but it's not helpful. It doesn't help them, and it doesn't help you either, because you're perpetuating that ill feeling and that feeling of feeling crappy, right? What you need to do is go and process those emotions and that pain and what you're feeling so that you can be done with it and move on. And so a good way to process, of course, is, journaling. That's always something the angels are big fans of, right? Is journaling. Just even writing it on a sheet of paper, and something that you can get some clarity around that. Let things bubble up and come out and get the message so you can be done with that pain. And then, so Archangel Raphael is funny. So he came up the same position in the last reading that I just did. And it really is, he wants you to ask him for help. So he's really just wanting to be there for you and wants you to ask him for help with whatever the situation is. And so the words, and he's urging me to actually state the words for you, the prayer. It's, Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask for your healing help with, and then you describe the situation, right? Thank you for your divine healing intervention. So he's willing to come in and intervene in whatever health issue is going on for you around that. And then I'm just getting, opening your hands. Getting that energy coming through your hands is really important. You can actually do healing on yourself, like those that are trained in Reiki know this, where you can actually lay a hand over an area that's bothering you and pull that negative energy out of it and brush it off. So just letting you know that you do have some healing. They're wanting to let you know that you have the ability to heal with your hands. So if you haven't had any classes in that, you might want to consider taking something around that, Libra, because that would be something that you can help not only yourself with, but others. Okay, we're moving on to the relationship aspect of our reading for our Libras for the month of July 2016. And, oops. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, this isn't all necessarily about your romantic relationships. But I do get some of you are pregnant or going to be soon. I'm just throwing that out there. So I'm seeing this new life and that you're creating this new life within you. So there are some of you that are pregnant or are going to be pregnant very soon. This can also be, sorry, I didn't even show you the card. So this is Angel Isaiah, and it is about giving birth. In this particular card, they're talking about giving birth to your dreams, your desires, that type of thing. But I also got a physical visual of some of you that are pregnant and giving birth to obviously a physical life form as well. And so Isaiah is really watching over you, protecting you during these changes, during these shifts, and as you give birth to these dreams. And now is a beautiful time to be giving birth to new dreams, because it is about reimagining ourselves. One of the retrogrades that we're in, and I don't remember which one, if it's Saturn or one of the ones that we're in right now, is about reimagining yourself. And so Isaiah is just wanting to let you know that he's there sort of supporting you as you do this. Okay. And then this is Angel Rochelle. And she just wants to let you know that she too, so you have these angels that are all around you, but as you follow your intuitive guidance and in regards to relationships, that's where things sort of smooth out. And it also brings abundance to you. So it can be, for some of you, abundance of dates, abundance of men that are interested in you is what I'm getting, sort of that, not the lotus flower, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a blossom. What is it? Drawing a blank. There's a peach blossom. There you go, what it is. With feng shui, there's a peach blossom that when you have the peach blossom active in your chart, you're a lot more attractive to the opposite sex. And that's what I'm seeing right now for you guys, is just that you're a lot more attractive to the opposite sex. So you may have an abundance of admirers. And if you don't yet and are wanting that, really they're just wanting you to follow your heart. And so when you have that intuitive guidance that's coming in to follow that, because sometimes you might just get the hit like, oh, you should stop at this coffee shop, or oh, now go to the grocery store now, that type of thing. Follow that, because they're trying to line things up for you, and if you're not following any of that, you're like missing them here, missing them there, that type of thing. And so they're wanting to help you, right? And we have Rosetta. Rosetta's coming through, Angel Rosetta. Another little baby here. So lots of baby energy is what I'm feeling for you guys. but you have a gift of working with young people. And so what this is really about is that your life purpose, can be just parenting children, of course. It can be about actually teaching children or working with children in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you're a neonatal nurse, that type of thing. But you have a gift in that regard. And so they're wanting to let you know that if you were concerned about being a mom or a dad, that you are worried that you maybe don't have what it takes, that's a bunch of baloney. You do, because that's one of your gifts, okay? So that is coming through. All right, so we've got a couple extra cards. Let's see if I can organize these in the right way. Okay, we're going to look at a couple extra cards here. So we have the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel, and this is really about, Archangel Haniel is she has to do with moon stuff too, but in this card, it is about listening to your intuition. So she's going to hammer that home, the same thing that Angel Rochelle was bringing through. So it's about having that patience, listening to your guidance, and following that. So they might only give you one step. They might only give you a couple steps. You're not going to necessarily see the whole picture, but as you follow things, it's going to lead you down the path that you're being divinely guided on. And it is important to think about what it is that you really want. What is your desire? What is it? I like to think about more what is the feeling that you want to feel rather than a specific outcome that's coming through. So just being clear about what you want is important. All right. So Haniel. So she's giving me the information before this card even came through, but this is the moon cycles. So that's Archangel Haniel is wanting you to pay attention to the moon cycles. And we have tomorrow, July 4th. So this will probably be, I won't get this up until tomorrow, but so it'll be today, I guess, whatever. July 4th is the day that is a new moon coming through. And so the new moon and full moon are always great energies to be able to, the new moon is about letting go of things that no longer serve us. And so she's wanting you to pay attention to how the moon affects your energy cycles and capitalize on that. So taking actions around that. Okay. And then we have inner authority. So golly, you're just hammering, you guys, Libras. Listen to yourself. Listen to your inner tuition, inner tuition. Ooh, I kind of like that. I just made up a new word. Inner tuition. I kind of like that. Your intuition. And this is the inner authority card. And so it really is about you taking back your power, because you have the power to affect your life. You have the power to make things happen. We're all very powerful co-creative forces in this world, and you have the power to shift things. In a moment, you have the power to do that, and so they're wanting you to connect with that. Okay, lastly, we have Teresa, you need a timeout, she's saying. So on the children theme here, you need a timeout, which really means you've been so busy taking care of everyone else. You need to take care of yourself, Libras. I know that's part of your nature to be taking care of other people, but now is this time to really stop and take care of yourself, and particularly if you are pregnant, right? You're growing another life, you're feeding another life. You need to take extra special care of yourself as you go through this. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest, drinking plenty of water, all of that, eating well, all of that type of thing, okay? So that is what I'm going to leave you with, Libras, for the month of July 2016. I've got a special that I'm doing for readings, 30-minute and 60-minute readings through the end of July, so it's my summer special. If you go on my website, findingyourfiji.com, and click the Schedule Now button, you just put in the code SUMMER, it's all capital letters, and that will give you 15% off as you book session with me. And of course the private sessions give you more information, more detailed information about your personal circumstance, and you can ask whatever questions that you want. You can connect with loved ones that have passed over. All kinds of juicy good things come up in those readings. And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can book below. There's a link you can book below and just use the code SUMMER to save 15% off my 30-minute or 60-minute reading through the end of July. So much love, enjoy. The angels want you to relax, have fun, and enjoy your life, Libras. Much love. Did you enjoy your angel reading? I'm sure questions have popped up for you about specifics in your own life. To get answers personalized just for you, click below to schedule your appointment. You can use coupon code ANGEL20 to save 20% on any one of my readings. For more information about me and Finding Your Fiji services, go to findingyourfiji.com. Enjoy your day.